Dating back to the late 1700s during the American Revolution, women have been on the front lines of the war acting as nurses, cooks, and laundresses. Yet there are women in all areas of the armed forces that are still being treated unequally, even though they are serving in the same ranks as men, such as sergeants, colonels, and petty officers. Also, an alarming number of sexual harassment and assault cases have been reported in the last decade alone. In recent years, women have proven themselves to be more than capable in combat and in other physical and mental situations. Women have soared to the top in chain of commands, but are still talked about in negative ways between other soldiers and commanding officers. When veteran Michelle Johnson joined the Navy in 2011, men would insult her appearance, say they were better than her, and often haze her. After 3 years, she was a petty officer, making her in charge of the other men in her ranks, and even then the men would claim that she had no control over them. On one occasion, Johnson says the man handcuffed me and locked me up in the shower, and another time they dumped urine on her. The government has been enforcing more rules and guidelines regularly to help women that have been belittled by people who they are supposed to trust with their lives, though little is being done to actually enforce the rules. Similarly, in the United States Army Reserve service requirement, it states that the U.S. Army will not condone any person who violates the rights of or discriminates against any person because of their gender, which includes sexual harassment. However, a professor from the University of Columbia, Helen Benedict, found that 1 out of 3 women are being raped by other service members. After the victims report the assault, little is done as punishment to the offender, and the victim still sees their rapist on a regular basis, as they are stationed on the same military base or could even live in the same barracks together. Because of their commitment to their career, a female soldier cannot simply quit her job as a regular civilian can. Also, because of the low response rate and minimal punishment to the assaulter, the victims are often left to fend for themselves. I personally, as a woman, wouldn't have the strength to continue fighting for my country after such tragic things are happening to me and the women around me, but many strong and determined women are continuing to fight day and night against our nation's enemies and their own enemies. Recently, a law has passed saying that they will now be allowed to fight in the front lines of the war, and I wouldn't actually do that because I'd be scared. Women who give their lives fighting for their country that we live in are treated wrongly by being harassed, both emotionally and physically. They are left defenseless and with no one to turn to when they need help the most.